Hello everyone, it's Fluffy, and I'm back with another Sonya game, and a little green blinking Puyo to my left, well my right. That doesn't matter, let's just begin. This map is on Dubious Procession, and this is actually going to be, there will be two videos on this map. One, yeah, I'll just let it speak for itself. So I went Sonya because this is a Sonya only thing that I'm doing right now. Is there a way I can, I'm pretty sure I used to be able to just slide this onto the side so it doesn't block the map. Ah well, I'll just leave it over here. So let's begin. Should I change the color? Yeah, just in case. Blue Moon and Cobalt Ice does look pretty similar. But they face the opposite direction, but I know some people still prefer the color difference, so I will change their color. I go for this city first, because I wanted to get closer to both the airports and the capture chain over here. And then I go for my turn 1 captures. And pretty normal opening as of right now, I would say. I decide to go for the capture chain first before getting the airport. Here, I probably should have went on the side capture and then moved on to this property. I guess I really wanted to move towards the center for some reason, but I should not. And one of the things I've done as I played on this map is I've noticed that the airport side is so much stronger than the non-airport side. Mostly because if you're fighting over here, like for this city, it takes your airport 2 turns to reach the city, but it takes your opponent 3 turns from their airport. Even if they break the pipe seam, it's still going to be... Well, at 2 turns they will be over here, like next to the city, but you would definitely be on the city within 2 turns. And that's assuming they spend the time to break the pipe seam. At the beginning, it would take at least 3 turns just to reach it. So I'm not sure why I went for this city instead of sticking on the left side, but that's what happened. He goes for his comm tower first. I'm quite happy about this. This means that he's not getting his income as soon as I am. And I go for this city. I was quite concerned that Vonbolt would come in to interrupt it, but then again I am Sonya and this is a shoal tile, so it's not that big if he did. Gets the comm tower and builds the first tank. And I believe this artillery... No, I don't think that artillery is a mistake. I like going artillery first, even though this is a tank map rather than an artillery map. I go for my comm tower, but it did definitely feel like a mistake at the time, because I had to deter the tank from attacking my city. I placed the artillery right over here to cover this road tile, and my infantry on the shoal tile so the tank can't interrupt it. My infantry will still get the hit, but I think it's fine. Not that big of a deal. I do build a tank of my own. He takes a shot, almost one-shots it, but good thing he's not Max. Max with a comm tower would just one-shot the infantry. So I begin control. I interrupt this capture and place my artillery to aim at the city. I think this artillery is good. I built my first battlecopter because I like copters, especially on this map where the airport is pretty strong. I lose an infantry here, but I do get to fire at one of the infantry, so it's pretty much a trade, and I deny this city. I can't block off the artillery from the tank, but I think I was actually fine with I think I would be fine with letting the tank hit my artillery. I just need to move my tank over and cover this area. But this is where I made my blunder. I tried to lock this city down just for a moment, but as I've said earlier, this is where this is my weak side. My opponent has the airport that can reach this area in 2 turns, and I didn't build an anti-air. So this was 100% a blunder. I definitely should have shifted all my units to the left. If I had forced the fight to be on this side, then I could fight with turn advantage, well, reinforcements advantage. But now I'm fighting at a disadvantage. So Vonbolt goes in, and this is where it feels really sad because you have your artillery ready to aim, but you can't actually stay. So that's pretty much a loss of 2 infantry and an injured artillery. I decide to do something similar on this side. I press my advantage here, and ultimately I was forced to retreat. I then decided I should move to the left because I want the fight to happen on the left. But it's basically not a good start. The artillery interrupts this capture. He tries to trap my copter in. He goes for this capture, and despite my efforts to try to shift the battle to the left, this capture means the battle will now take place on the right side, because I definitely don't want to lose this city. So, I free my copter, I take the artillery shots, and I decide to take this shot because I get to fire from a city. I save my city for just 1 turn for now, and I make the decision to start reinforcing my right side, which is very... It takes this copter 2 turns to get here. There's no way I'm fighting for this city, but maybe I can try to fight for this one. This one, it would still take him 3 turns to reach this city, so I'm not fighting too much of a disadvantage. But I definitely would have preferred fighting over here where my airport would reinforce it in 2 turns. Unfortunately, being over here is also a bad thing because it's very hard for these units to go back to the center, where I say it's pretty important to control. I still haven't captured this property, and now I'm at a 2k income disadvantage. My artillery gets shot at, but I think it needed to fire to save my copter from the previous turn. I get my tank to shoot at it, but you know how Vonbolt is with his defense. It's very hard to do damage. I send my copter in to take a shot. My reasoning is that it's so close to my base, I could probably get away with this. I just have to make sure my anti-air can counterattack a copter. And after that, it's pretty much just I try to make this a free hit. It's not really free, but I'm threatening that it would be with my anti-airs. I lose the city, which is very bad, and I definitely will try to retake it. This tank reaches my tank. I'll be honest, I was pretty fine with this. My copters can... this copter didn't have a target and now it does. And I don't really scale with unit counts, so I'm fine with losing that tank in exchange for this shot. The problem is... I really wanted to both take out this copter and hit this artillery. If I went with tank strike and then maybe if I went with I think I should have went for with the artillery hits rather than the copter hits. I think a copter strikes this artillery from the bridge. I think the best choice is tank strikes this tank, probably kills it, and then anti-air plus copter will kill the 3 HP tank, and then this battle copter strikes this artillery from the road, or from the bridge. I think this would have been a better play, mostly because I would have killed all the tanks, and the only thing nearby would be the copters. And the copters just won't do well against the double anti-air I have here. But this was a live game, so I did not calculate that. And ultimately, I just went to take some of the easier hits that felt a little safer, but I definitely wanted to stop the artillery from doing so much damage to my units. I rely a lot on you might see a trend in my Sonya games where I spam a lot of copters, not just because it's good on this map, but I really want the unit counters, like the unit triangle. Copters beat tanks, tanks beat anti-air, and anti-air beat copters kind of thing. Because you really need to take advantage of these unit counters. I always say people don't build enough anti-air, and there's a reason why I don't like copter on copter violence. It's a good trade if you get the first strike, but I rather just get a hard counter. It's just my opinion. Most people don't build enough anti-air. Vonbolt begins the HQ cap, which is a little worrying, but I'm not too worried about this because this does mean that the fight will happen on this side of the map, which I'm happy with. The fact that this artillery retreated is also good. It means that I pretty much got all these hits for free. But it also means I have to follow. So I decide to chase Vonbolt, hit this artillery, knock it out. And Vonbolt's getting close to the power, so I have to be a little careful here. The copter did not wait. I think I went over and struck the pipe seam. And I decided to send this in because why not? It's a 2 HP copter, and Vonbolt sent an anti-air on it. Probably because this anti-air is covered by this artillery. But I'm fine with letting Vonbolt waste an anti-air on a 2 HP copter. Copter strikes, I'm fine with that. Copter strikes, I'm fine with that. Mostly because I have anti-airs nearby to counter these copters. Even though he's Vonbolt with the defense, Sonya counter attacks are still very painful, especially on high terrain against low terrain. I always like to say that I'm a better Kindle here, or a better Lash. So now I have to save the HQ. I fire with my artillery. I decide to go chase and kill this tank because what else is my 3 HP copter going to do? I kill both the battle copters. Vonbolt has super, so I have to keep that in mind. I always get these kills. It's a very low chance that I get this kill, but I somehow get them. I begin clearing some of the infantry. And I think I should have... I'm not sure what I was thinking here. I think I was doing a double sack, and then maybe a tank strikes this infantry, another tank strikes this artillery, and then copter kills, and well, I don't necessarily need to kill it since I still have some time. But I decided I think I actually want Vonbolt to continue capturing, because if he continues to capture, it means that I'm very close. That means he has to fight near my HQ, which would mean he will continue investing his units with a very long reinforcement timer. But then... well, I expected the Ex Machina. No, my units are not at 1 HP, they only lose 3 HP from the super. But this is where I realize I made them a second blunder, I would say. I should have perhaps placed my copter on this plane's tile, so that it can still cover the HQ and be out of range of the anti-air. But this was live, I didn't see that anti-air had the movement to fire at it, and I believe this actually costed me the game here, because I was relying on copters to being able to attack from the mountain and attack from the ocean tiles to break the way to the HQ. I use my counter break because I do get the firepower bonus from it. The Vonbolt super is over, so if I survive the HQ capture, I think I will be in a pretty good position considering the unit count. It's the start of my turn, and a lot of units are in range to attack. So I go in, I try to save my HQ, but like I was saying earlier, I think I definitely relied on the copter being able to hit and break a path for me. Tank moving to the right side also was a mistake. I was trying to retake this capture, but thinking on it now, saving the HQ is definitely more important. I'm used to fighting behind in properties. I'm used to fighting with lower income. As long as I have more unit count, I would leverage that to take effective engagements. But I definitely think my push over here pretty much gave him 2 free infantry and allowed him to continue pushing on to this city. Definitely should have just not bothered trying to fight Vonbolts for this city. Definitely shouldn't have. I wasn't going to fight for it, I just wanted to delay it for a turn or two. But I only ended up losing 2 infantry for that, and I eventually lost this city as a result. So that's the mistake I made. I tried to fight for this. Normally I get away with delaying it for 1 turn, but this is just not a situation where I was able to get away. I got too complacent with other players being a little too passive against me. But this is Vonbolt. Vonbolt doesn't have to be passive. His day-to-day is so strong he can just go win anyway. But that was this game. It's a little shorter, but it is a smaller map. Tomorrow I will be showing another game on the same map, and I'll see you then. I almost forgot I changed the color from Blue Moon to Yellow Comet. Anyway, goodbye.